Good morning, YouTube, and today I'll be profiling for you my deck for hire. This is a deck that I've had a fun time building. I picked up the entire core as soon as it came out. I haven't really found a comfortable build until now, and so it's a fun deck, and let's hop right into it. Start off, we run 2 Rafaels, 1 Wiz, 1 Dyna, and I can't pronounce the the Maverick, but anyway. These are your bigger for hires. They can't special summon other for hires, but they each have really neat effects. Rafael and the Wiz both give you negation. Rafael of monster effects, Wiz of spells and traps. Whereas Dyna and your Maverick, they give you protection from attack and card effects. So if you wanted to, you could bump these down and try and create a lock with these two, or you could bump these down and give you more negates if you're trying to go for a going first build, but I like having the options that the deck gives you, so I go for all of them. Moving on, we go for our 3 ofs. 3 Bravo, 3 Seal, and 3 Beat. Beat is your searcher of the deck, so of course you want to run 3 of him. Your Seal gives you your draw power, and your Bravo gives you the highest attack and allows you to boost up and potentially go for your OTKs. So that's why we run these 3 at 3. Next, I do decide to run 2 Recon and 2 Donpa. These are your poppers of face up and face down cards. They're not very big in terms of beat sticks, and they are more beasts, so it doesn't give you as many options for your Folgo. But they're very great options and give you just additional names so you can do as much special summoning as possible. Next, I run 2 of your Philos and 2 of your Helmers. Excuse me, Helmer's the one that gives you the extra draw power, but it's not very large, so it leaves you very vulnerable if this is the normal summon and its effect is negated, whereas your Seal gives you the ability to add from graveyard to hand. So that's why I run that instead. Philo gives you the ability to special summon from your graveyard, so it's a lot more of an extender and potentially a later gameplay. But I like it in there because, again, it's an extra name, and that recursion from graveyard isn't half bad. Moving away from the monsters for hire, we run a playset of Pankratops because Pankratops is an amazing. We want to go second with this particular build. And Pankratops is one of those easy special summons. It's a dinosaur, so that gives you another option for your Folgo, and it's just a great all-around card. We run a small danger package in the 2 Nessie, 1 Mothman, 1 Ogopogo, 1 Chupacabra, and 1 Jackalope. These can really be any that you want. 6 is the ratio I found to be comfortable. You can obviously bump it up or lower it a little bit. I don't run Bigfoot because it's another beast and you already have 4 of them in here. And I don't run the snake because you already run 3 reptiles, but and plus I don't have one. So that would be more of a reason to not run it in the first place. But these are the 6 I want. Obviously, if you have snakes, you'd probably want to run those instead. But these are some really nice options, and really you're just using it to climb up into your Folgo in general. So these aren't half bad. You can replace these with any other monsters that you want special summon, but Danger Package looks really nice. I play a playset of Instant Fusion and playset of Mind Control. This is really just to steal your opponent's monster, because again, we want to go second. So you can go into your Folgo and go for those potential OTKs. So we're on a playset of each of those. We like to recur from our graveyards, so 2 Mayhem for hire and 1 OG Monster Reborn. Obviously, these are great just for setting up and then going for the extra push, getting as much names as possible. So we like to run these. You can obviously swap these out for some back row hate, some Raigekis, Dark Hole, because this deck kind of suffers from that aspect, but these are really great in terms of just trying to keep on extending your board and making it bigger. And rounding up our main deck, we run 1 Rhoda just to search out your Beat, because Beat is, he's your searcher of the deck, so you kind of want to see him as soon as possible. You could justify running this by putting like maybe a Photon Thrasher or somebody else that can potentially get rid of your opponent's negation of your monsters that are normal summon, because the normal summon is the most important part of this deck. And so we run out the deck with the Rhoda just to search the Beat to hopefully get our plays extended. Start. Moving on to our extra deck, we run 2 of the Thousand Eyes Restrict. Obviously, these are your 2 instant fusion targets and steal your opponent's monsters. Always great. One Link Karibo in case your Thousand Eyes gets negated, or if your Philo gets negated as well. It gives you another option to potentially go into. One Almirage because you have run plenty of monsters with 1,000 less attack. All around great generic monster, and it's Cyberse, which again gives you a different type, which is nice to have. We run one Underclock Taker for again, let's go going for games. Cerebus and Phoenix just for popping things. Run 2 of the Falgo. Falgo is your go-to of the deck. It allows you to special summon from the deck. It gives you some extra draws. If you destroy stuff in battle, it opens up 2 monster zones. All around, fantastic card. It doesn't allow you to link using it, but especially with the new Master Rule coming out, it's not really going to matter too much. Really, you just want to get him out as quickly as possible. You don't want to necessarily want to run 3, because if you're going to your 3rd, you're probably wanting to go for another strategy at that point. I do like running the one BLS because again he just goes and gets rid of some stuff. One Appaloosa because you can. One Borrelsword for again going for those OTKs. Moving on to our Xyz, running 1 number 64 because with your 2 level 2 Beast Warrior monsters, you run 4 of those targets. Gives you an extra token on field. You can beat over anything. Just a fantastic fun card, and it's really annoying to get rid of, so I like to run them in there. One Abyss Dweller and one Baguska just to round up the extra deck. And that's going to round up our deck for hire. This is a really fun deck because I always said that whenever I find a pirate archetype that I was going to build it. And so I did. Again, the normal summon is your most fragile point. But if your opponent has no response to those normal summons, then you can just pop off. You can special summon, and it has a very high ceiling when it comes to the special summoning ability. I've tried out so many different versions. There's a bunch online that you can find. But this is the one I found that I like particularly and through my very, very few tweaks. You can also run like a Sekka's Light version. That was my first one. I ran Sekka's Light and ran a bunch of hand traps and just monsters that can special summon. That's also pretty decent. And the nice part is because the deck has so much utility. It searches, it draws, it revives from graveyard, it negates monster effects, it negates spells and tracks, it gives you protection. So the ability and the design around these cards are really nice. The problem is, just like many other decks around the same mindset, it suffers from the normal summon. So that's its biggest downfall. But all in all, it's a very, very fun deck that you should at least try out once. And I like it because it's punny. And yeah. So let me know what you think. Some changes you might make to it. Obviously, you can throw in a different danger lineup, but this is the most exciting version I've found so far. So thank you very much, and have a great day.